In this video, we're going to talk about the Hermes agent and why it's actually worth considering. I know I'm a little late to the party here, but that's just because I usually don't care. I don't care to keep up on top of all these new things that are coming out because it is starkly in the way of actually accomplishing things. But I'm going to talk about why Hermes is a little bit different, how you can launch it, and how it works on top of the custom Obsidian vault and harness that we've been talking about over the last couple weeks. So let's get into it. I'll get to the how in just a minute, but broadly speaking, Hermes is a fully built out harness that runs either locally or on your server, and on the website it says it remembers what it learns and gets more capable the longer it runs. It is self-improving. I am not a traditional developer. I started learning code after I started working in this space, but number one commandment when it comes to code and development is don't repeat yourself. And that is baked into the very core and functionality of Hermes, and why I am intrigued by this is unlike a lot of these other similar agents like OpenClaw and all the spin-offs from there, Hermes remembers what it does. If you run a task, it'll see a pattern and make note of it so it doesn't have to repeat the discovery or the code writing or whatever later on. It'll even go so far as to write a skill if it's something that you would do repeatedly. What's weird is that's not what people are talking about. People are getting into the versus sort of mentality. Like there's a lot of stuff on YouTube about this, but it's really more about like, is this the new OpenClaw, or is like Hermes versus OpenClaw, the OpenClaw killer? This is not the right argument, because if you're always changing your architecture, you're spending way more time on things that don't matter. I'm not going to get into like versus OpenClaw. I'm going to say that this is doing something different that I find uniquely beneficial. Prime example of a practical use case and what I'm thinking of is I do a lot of research, particularly for content, but not exclusively. I don't want to be doing that married to my desk, right? And often I do my best thinking and just brain dumping while I'm out exercising or going for a walk or whatever. So if I have access to my Hermes agent that I can discuss these things with over the phone, for example, and an interface with my Obsidian vault so that when I get back, it's all really smoothly connected, that is of actual value, having that persistence, and I don't have to keep my computer on all the time. That was a lot of words. Let's just get this set up. Okay, so since the advantage here is having this away from my local environment on the cloud, we need to purchase a VPS. And I was talking to the folks at Hostinger, and they were kind enough to sponsor this portion of the video. So I'll leave a link in the description. You can click and make sure that you're getting the best price for your VPS. Follow that link. It'll send you right here to pick a VPS. KVM2 is plenty. You can actually run more than one agent on this VPS. It defaults to 2 years, but you're going to click deploy, and then it'll bring you to the payment screen. It defaults to 24 months, but you can go month to month or for a yearly plan. The best deal is obviously on the 24-month plan. Like I said, Hostinger was kind enough to sponsor this portion of the video. So if you use promo code EMAI Hermes, you get an additional 10% off your VPS subscription. On the sponsorship note, because I know some of you guys get apprehensive when we talk about money and sponsorships and that kind of thing. Like I've had a lot of opportunities for partnerships, and Hostinger is the first and only one I've accepted because this is a service we actually use. If you're in the AI space, man, you're gonna need a VPS anyway. So these guys were kind enough to give us a bit of a discount. I would be doing this anyway. Okay, that said, you're gonna go and you're gonna click continue. It'll go to the payment screen, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so you and I are doing this at the same time. I haven't set up a Hermes agent before, but Hostinger makes it dead easy. They prompt you through the actual deployment. All right, so you're gonna name it, you're gonna give it a password, and you're gonna go deploy. What am I gonna call this guy? Eric Jeffrey, and my password. Password is guest, obviously, and then you go deploy. Setting up your VPS is gonna take about 5 minutes, and then it'll send us an email when it's ready to go. All right, sweet. We're on the other side. That took almost no time at all. We've got our VPS spun up with Docker. Still waiting for server data because it's new. It looks like we've got Linux installed as well, running the whole thing. Hostinger actually has a pretty kick-ass quick start guide in terms of like how to get going with this. So let's just use that as we build out our Hermes agent. Let's open up our terminal and then use this here guide to get us going. So we got a CD into the actual container, which is this. Boop. You got to use Control-Shift-V in order to copy paste rather than Control-V in the terminal. Boop. All right, and then we go into this. Another boop. There we go. Cool, here we are. And we're gonna launch Hermes now with the CLI. Ready to go. Looks like Hermes is not configured yet. Would you like to run setup? Sure would. Okay, so we've got two options, quick setup or full setup. Let's just go on with the quick one. You've got a lot of different model providers you can choose from. The best one is most likely going to be OpenRouter in terms of your API, because they've got access to every model within the one key. If you don't already have an OpenRouter API key, I definitely recommend you get one. It's like the best option in terms of getting models, okay? Go to openrouter.ai, create an account, then just go get API key, create API key, copy paste it, you're good to go. Definitely load it up with a couple bucks, right? Because free models are great and all, and promos are cool, but like, you know, I usually throw $10, $15 at a time at it, and it tends to last me, you know, a good amount of time. Anyway, going back over here, that is definitely something we want to do, but I honestly really want to use my OpenAI subscription. How you use your OpenAI subscription is you click OpenAI, and then it's going to give you a URL. Okay, so sign in to ChatGPT with your subscription, and then go continue, and then it's going to prompt you to give the device code that it put in the terminal there. You really don't want to show this to anybody, so keep this to yourself, and then it'll connect. Okay, if you're having some issues with this, you're going to want to enable the device code authorization for Codex, right, in your ChatGPT settings. So just make sure this is turned on, and then you can connect these things. Sign into Codex, you may now close the page. Really quickly, if you're finding any of this interesting or at all helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. It tells YouTube that you want to see more stuff like this. Also, it says that there's only 6% that are actually subscribed at the moment, so that really helps me out on the other side as well. Let's get back into it. Lovely. Okay, so now set up messaging platform. Yeah, let's do that now. So there's a lot you can choose from. You got Telegram, Discord, Slack. I don't even know what Signal is, but there's a lot. Okay, you can do SMS through Twilio, webhooks. I'm just gonna stick to Telegram for the sake of this video, making it easy. We're gonna go enter to Telegram and make a bot token. Once you're in Telegram, you can either create a new bot with the bot father or go to an existing bot through the bot father and get the token that way. So you go either /newbot or /mybots to figure it out. I'm gonna use an existing one because that's the way I roll. And you just go my bots, click on the one you want, and get your token. Something that gets me every so often is I'll click paste inside the terminal, and since it's a secret, it's not going to show up. So check it out. I'm going to go paste and enter, and it's got the token even though it looks blank. Okay, so don't press it a bunch of times because it'll wind up giving you an error. Just once is good. Okay, so this is really cool too. It gives you a way to find your chat ID, and what that does is just restricts who can have access to this. So it'll only accept messages from your Telegram account essentially. So you can message this bot, user info bot, on Telegram, or alternatively, what I did is the raw data bot. It'll give you your chat ID. So there you have it. Once you have a chat ID, paste that in here, and you can add more than one, just separated by a comma. Would you like this to be your home channel? Basically, where you send and receive all your messages. Great, setup complete. So now we are actually able to launch chat. If you want to set up some other stuff, you can do it in the config. Okay, so these are all really important commands. I'm just gonna go Hermes, setup model. Great, brings us back here, OpenRouter. Paste your OpenRouter API key, which I can do right there. Okay, and then you can pick your OpenRouter model, which I'm gonna go with Grok 4.2. Something that's important is you wanna make sure that that gateway is always going, right? Like the Telegram messaging back and forth, you wanna make sure that that's running all the time. So you can check that by punching in Hermes gateway status and just make sure it is good. Gateway run, just to start her up. So if the gateway is already running, then you're good to message on Telegram. So I'm gonna say hello, and then we can see that Michael Bay Jordan here is typing. It says, hey, I'm here, everything okay? Awesome, so our gateway is going, and we can now close out of this terminal. We're gonna mostly deal with it through the messaging service of our choice. However, we can get in and change some things under the hood in the actual CLI. So let's go Hermes and show you exactly what it is that we're gonna deal with. Okay, so it says the base model here is Grok 4.2, which is what I selected through OpenRouter. So we can even change the model, if I can spell it right, through here. I want to use my OpenAI subscription most. So you can choose between GPT 5.4 mini, GPT 5.4. I'm going to go with 5.3 Codex for now. Ooh, another fun one. Check this out. You can actually use the /model command inside Telegram, and you can pick it from here. You'll notice here though that there's like a lot going on here. You know what I mean? Available tools, available skills. There's some about Minecraft, Pokemon player. A lot of it you're not actually going to use. Like check it out over here. On the Hermes Agent website, it says that it comes with 72 built-in skills. Our guy says 75 with access to like 521 community skills. So there's a lot of stuff you're not going to use. Apple Notes, I don't have a Mac. iMessage, not going to use it. Pokemon Player, you can set Hermes to play Pokemon games autonomously. Like PowerPoint, that's one I'm not going to use either. There's some useful stuff, absolutely. Like Google Workspace you want, Maps you probably want, OCR probably, and maybe some other stuff that you would like to add instead. So I would go through and just pick the ones that you want and then get rid of everything else, honestly. Now, something to consider anyways, right? I know that there's some folks out there that think, you know, the more the merrier, the more tools and stuff you've got access to, then like the better the agent is. But I'm kind of on the other side of that fence where, you know, if you keep it lean, it keeps it fast and there's no extra bloat and all that other stuff. But the cool thing is you can tell it to do that within Telegram and it just like takes care of it as far as I can tell. On the other side of that, there's some stuff that you might want to set up that benefit directly from this being on a VPS. Things like cron jobs, like scheduled tasks that run even if your computer's off, that kind of thing, or, you know, consistent polling. So the first thing I want to set up is just moving my email inbox manager to this Hermes agent. Let's just tell it exactly what we want to do, and then it'll walk us through how to set that up, okay? I'd like you to set up a Gmail inbox manager, please. I have a lot of different labels already in my Gmail account, but what I need you to do is classify incoming emails to those labels. And if there's anything that requires my immediate attention, then notify me. Okay, so check it out. It gives you the exact steps one by one in order to get this set up. Google Auth is fairly straightforward, but I'll leave a video in the description on how to get this. But what we're gonna do is walk through these steps, get your credentials, and then once it's done, just attach the file here. Okay, great, so once you give it credentials, it's gonna give you a link to sign in, okay? You click this guy, go and give it permission, then you copy and just follow the steps. So I've actually already built this up before. I had an N8N workflow that did just this. So I'm just gonna see exactly what it does with that, right? We could always like go through and continue with the prompts, but I just wanna see exactly what happens if I give it this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to say just that. I had an N8N workflow built out to do just this. The JSON is below, and we're sending a bunch of different messages. Make it run automatically. Would you like me to set up a cron job to run this every 10 minutes automatically? Yes, I would. So now let's test this out. I'm going to send an email from a different account. So let's send this and then see what happens on the other side. Just ran it. Automation inquiry correctly labeled as sales opportunity. Fantastic. So now it knows my label convention. It's written a Python script, so we're not calling the AI every single time we poll for Gmail. It also knows form fill from my website are things that I want to respond to, so it'll alert me every single time I get an email from those. Okay, really quickly, something that I noticed is that when you restart the agent, the gateway doesn't fire up immediately. So go to the YAML editor and I'll leave the config in the top comment or something just with the code to spin up the gateway again on restart, so you don't have to go back into the terminal every single time. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is actually pretty exciting. It's how we sync up our Obsidian vault, not just between the desktop and laptop, but with this VPS server as well. And there is a GitHub repo that does just that. It's called SyncThing, and it is a continuous file synchronization program. It synchronizes files between 2 or more computers. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail here because this is kind of a separate video, but just to show like a little teaser as to like where my head's at, where this could go. SyncThing you can install on your local device. You grab it with the GitHub CLI. You can do whatever, but this is the easiest way. Just copy this, go back over to your terminal, install it here. Then you can really talk to your Pi agent about what should be shared and what should be left behind, that kind of thing. But it'll push it to this SyncThing program. It'll put everything in a vault that you can share between different devices, and then you can go and generate a prompt to connect the VPS to this vault in the same way. What that means is your Hermes agent has the same context as your local agent with the Obsidian vault, and all the brainstorming activities, research, whatever can be kept up to date even if you're not behind the desk. Let me know in the comments if you want a full step-by-step tutorial about this, but like I said, you can talk to either your Pi or Hermes agent to walk you through getting this all sorted out step by step. So I'm gonna keep playing around with this, and I'm excited about what this can do because Hermes works with you, and you can even ask it about, you know, suggestions and workflows that it should implement to make your life easier. Okay, so I'd like to thank Hostinger once again for sponsoring this part of the video. There is a link in the description for a discounted VPS and one-click installation of Hermes Agent on that VPS. If you'd like to learn more about how to use AI tools like Hermes Agent, like Pi, like Obsidian, like we've been talking about in your day-to-day life and maybe even make some money, you can join my school community. There's a link to that in the description as well. Thanks for hanging out with me. This one was really fun. We'll catch you in the next one.